Hello guys, I'm reviewing a Bellagio standard room, the level entry room in the Spa Tower, 25th floor, and this is probably the room you will get if you use your My Vegas rewards, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Now I'm gonna come out of the elevators. This is what it looks like. Well, not the room, just when you exit the elevator, so it's nice. Now I checked in really early, so you see a lot of carts everywhere. And it's not as grand, say, as Caesar's Palace, the Palace Tower. It's not as grand as that, no way. But it's nice, and you know, it's nice and respectable. So this is my room. Love the art. See? Pretty, isn't it? So much to tell you. Let's see. I promise I'll try not to shake too much. Okay, so you come in, and so as I said, I can yell now. This is the room you will get either a king or two queens, of course. I don't know, I just automatically was assigned a king. When you redeem your My Vegas rewards, what happens is that you are most likely than not assigned their cheaper, quote unquote, room, okay? So this is not the best room Bellagio has to offer by any means, and you will see what I mean when I show you. It's a beautiful room, it's a beautiful bathroom, but it isn't the luxury that you perhaps would expect. Okay, so this is the level entry room at Bellagio. So you've got a nice entrance with marble flooring, I like it. Marble or similar, granite, I'm not really sure. And I'm going to show you the bathroom in a second. Little foyer room with your little charging stations. It could be, right? It's got a socket at the bottom. Mirror, not even a full mirror, but you know. And then here you've got the automated system. Lights for the armoire, lights for the ceiling, drapery and sheer automatic system, similar to Aria, if you have stayed at Aria. Okay, so the king bed. The decor is lovely, you know, blue tones and blue and white and a little bit of gray, very peaceful. Unfortunately, I have a room right by the elevator, and you know, it's so ironic because some people really like that I don't have to walk, but I don't. You hear all the noise from people coming out of the elevator. Now this is the wardrobe here, which is kind of small actually. You got a light, which is nice. You got two robes. So you're right, there's nothing really outstanding about it. So don't expect people talking to you when, you know, voices and beautiful imagery. It's just, oh, you've got a full mirror right here, which is handy. Let's move on. As I say, this is the Spa Tower, okay, which is actually the tower I asked because it's the one where the fitness center and the spa are, and if I go to the fitness center all the time, and that means that I don't want to walk across the casino when I am dressed differently, you know, for the fitness room. So I really like this, and it's also closest to the tram to Aria, which is where I'm gonna go to eat, and that's for me a lot more convenient. But if you want the perfect view, the fountain view, you need to get the other tower, and you need to ask for the fountain view, which if you are booking through My Vegas, you will not be automatically assigned. You have to pay extra. And I was told it was an extra $45, but it really depends on your kind of booking. It could be just a little bit more, or you know, as much as I said, $45, which to me it's not worth it. I've seen the view. I actually stayed at Bellagio right there facing the fountains, and I tell you straight up that the window is similar to this in terms of size, and you can turn on and off the audio so that you can hear or not hear the fountain music, which is a nice touch. In this case, you won't. I'm overlooking the mountains, which I'm happy about that. At least I'm not facing a wall. Okay, so the bed, I tried it, but I'll tell you more at the end of this video. After I slept on it, I will tell you what it actually is like. From touching it, it does not feel like it's a new mattress. It does not feel like it's luxurious. I think I had a better bed at Excalibur, and I'm talking about the remodeled rooms in the Royal Tower where they have just changed the mattresses. But frankly, with regards to MGM rooms, I think the best mattresses that I've had were actually a Mirage. Either that or I was lucky and I got the brand new mattresses, really soft. And the best ever Oh, Mandalay Bay is also good. The best ever mattresses that I have actually experienced in Vegas were at the Encore. But this one's really, first of all, it's very used, it feels hard, but not hard in a sense that it's orthopedically so. So cheap, okay? Cheap or overused. And I know we will think, oh my gosh, you're so fussy, but let's just remember that this is Bellagio and you expect things to be perfect. And although I redeem my Vegas rewards, which means that I do not pay for this room, I only pay the resort fee, which is $35 a day plus tax. So what, about $38, $40? You know, theoretically this room is about $120 a night plus resort fee, so it's not cheap. For Vegas, it's not cheap at all. Vegas is quite affordable with regards to rooms. Okay, so here you've got your charging iHome station. I got my own. But it's handy to have. You got some sockets here, which is handy, and you've got more wall sockets there, so that's handy. And this is where you've got your fridge bar and your things that you don't want to touch unless you're actually, your little snacks, you don't want to touch unless you're actually going to use them. And plus, you know, it's up to you, your choice. I'm not saying a word about it. I tend to think they've been standing there for a long time, you know. And then you've got your charging station, and more importantly, sorry about that. No, I didn't mean charging station. I meant connecting your station that will connect to the TV, which is absolutely fabulous. I have a friend who would love this. I don't know how to use it. HDMI. You can actually, through this, watch your own videos. How cool is that, right? So that's handy. It's handy because it means that they don't try their best to get you out of the room by providing nothing. And I will check how well they work and report back at the end of this video. Then you have, you know, a desk with this glass here, which means if you are using the desk with laptop and a mouse, you need to absolutely have a mouse mat, because it will not roll. Another, well, of course, this is it. It's all quite self-explanatory. The phones are really basic, right? Simple. I've shown this. Nothing special, you know. And nothing extravagant like at Aria's. Now you got two of them, of course. Armchairs. They're okay. They've been cleaned, you know. They're okay. They've got that gray color that really hides dirt very well. Central air conditioning system blowing away from the bed, which is nice. A nice touch. There is no way that this is 72. It's so hot in here. I'm gonna see if it works. Okay, I had to lower it to 68 for it to start. There is no way this was 72. It was too hot for that. Okay, so I'm going to show you the view from this angle here. And of course you have the automatic system for the drapes and sheer right here by the bed with lights, bed lights. And that's it, guys. You know, nothing really. I mean, it's lovely, right? I'm happy, but I wouldn't say it's better than Aria. I wouldn't say. And again, this is level entry, so you know, Bellagio has much more luxurious rooms, of course, but you're not going to get them through my Vegas. You might get them if you gamble and they comp you as VIP guests, then you will get better rooms, I think. Aria, I think, is the level entry room at Aria. I think it's better. I think, but I invite you to check that the video that I have on Aria, because you have to decide for yourself. And clearly, Palace Tower is much. Why am I talking about Palace Tower? It's something that I experienced recently, again, within this range, price range, much bigger rooms. Okay, bathroom. It has two separate, a separate shower and a separate bathtub, which is nice. Okay, I've turned on the mirror lights, which are nice, aren't they? I'm gonna go in, don't worry. So this is the view from from one other angle. And you've got your vanity mirror there with the lights. And so you've got two sinks, which is nice. This is it. Phone. And this, okay, that's just not too spacious, is it? And then of course you got a nice shower. It's okay, nothing special, but it is Vegas, you know, you're not gonna get tropical shower strength. Okay, As the bathtub is not too big. I actually remember I stayed at Bellagio many years ago, and I stayed at in the other tower, facing actually the fountains, and the bathroom was bigger, significantly bigger. It's a high-end resort, of course. Is it going to blow you away? Well, yes, of course, but it depends on your expectations. I'm now going to check the TV and report back. These armchairs actually are quite comfortable. Just the sounds are lovely, which is good. Let me just check. I don't see any HD, actually, or either that or it's really low quality HD. I'm gonna keep checking various channels. Well, I think it is HD, but as I say, I don't think it's a good quality HD. I have no idea if it depends on the TV, it depends on the feed, you know, I have no idea, okay? But it isn't what I have at home, let me put it this way. And I am no, you know, billionaire-ess. Okay, there is a good selection of channels, so you will find something you like. And there's also a selection of music channels. So all in all, I like it. I have to tell you though, I'm gonna turn it off. I have to tell you, I can hear so well people closing and opening their doors, and because you know I'm unfortunately close to the elevators, I can hear everything, and that's really annoying because for when I am in a high-end resort like this one, I do expect it to be perfectly soundproofed. I had a very good experience at Encore. I always talk about Encore. It's, I think it's the best resort in Vegas. Full stop. And, you know, Venetian's also very, very good, by the way. Very, very good. It's a different type of resort, so it's not fair. They have all suites. It's like very different. Encore has suites too, but different. And maybe it's also the type of people at Encore. I don't know. But I have no noise from Encore, and I could just sit in my bed and hear absolutely nothing from the outside, and that's what I expect when you are in a high-end resort. I don't care what the excuse is. You know, usually people tell you, oh, well, when you're in Vegas, you just don't care about anything. It's like, well, no, I do. I want to sleep if I'm sleeping, you know, even if it's for 3 hours. I don't hear anybody else's noise. I only want to hear my own. But then, of course, you might be more tolerant than me. I'm not tolerant, okay? When you spend money, you want what you pay for, right? Okay, so I think it's a lovely resort, of course, and if you have a chance to redeem it through my Vegas, by all means do it. It's the best value for money in terms of rewards by far. I think I spent 250,000 my Vegas points, and I got this for 2 nights for free, plus of course you have to pay the resort fee, which is $35 plus tax, which is outrageously high, but clearly this room is worth more than that. The resort fee covers your fitness room access and local calls, and of course use of the pool, and so it's not like a lot. You even have to pay for your own parking, I believe. And so it's not like the resort fee really covers that much, and if you use the fitness room, that's a nice touch. But OS and Wi-Fi. I haven't tried the Wi-Fi yet, and I have to tell you about the bed. So after I've slept the first night and used the Wi-Fi, I will tell you, and it will be an addendum, a little bit extra at the end of this video. Okay? So don't stop the video yet. Just let it roll until the end. Also, if there are horrible experiences or great experiences I've had, say during the night in this room, I will add them at the end of this video. And having said that, if you have any questions before, you know, I add the next bit, I'll tell you straight up. If you have any questions, you can ask me through top-buffet.com. I have a comment section there, and I usually reply within 48 hours. You can, if you're watching this video through the video section on top-buffet.com, that's fine. You've got all the latest videos right here. If you are watching through YouTube, please beware that you can post your comments, and I thank you for all of your comments. I read them all. I post them all within, say, 48 hours. but I do not reply on YouTube. I'm very sorry, and this is because a while ago I just couldn't reply, and then a few days later I had over 300 comments to reply, and it became unmanageable for me. And then eventually, because I didn't reply, they froze, and I see them, but I can't even approve them. So I apologize for that, and to avoid that problem, I just decided not to reply on YouTube. But you can post, and you can reply within yourselves, okay? You know, each other. Okay, guys, I hope this has been of use. As I say, ask me any questions you want through top-buffet.com. For now, but there is a little bit at the end. Remember that. I'll have to tell you about the bed and the Wi-Fi. For now, bye-bye from Bellagio, Mid-Strip, Las Vegas. Bye-bye. Oh, yes, and first little addition. The safe is in one of the drawers by the bedside, you know, in one of the bedside tables, which is ridiculous because look at how tiny it is. Look. Have you seen it? Can you actually see how tiny it is? You have to, I don't like it this way because that means you have to put things on top. So you say you put your laptop at the bottom and everything has to be on top. Believe me, this is not big enough, unless you have absolutely nothing. But if you have a laptop and a few things, then it will squash the laptop. I mean, come on, I've seen bigger safes these days. It doesn't take much to actually put a bigger safe. But, you know, that's because I'm being a bit harsh because this is Bellagio, and you expect the best of the best, which you don't necessarily get. Okay, addendum number 1, now wait for the others. Well, actually I managed to fit the main things that I have, just the main things, you know, and it still closes without, it pushes on my items a little bit, but I just thought you should know what you're gonna be able to fit in, okay? Okay guys, the next addendum is coming up. Oh yes, and just in case I didn't show you earlier, the hairdryer is inside one of the drawers in the bathroom. Hi, actually I want to add something else, and I'm feeling quite happy and blessed about it because I realized that although I wasn't too keen being so close to the elevators, but at least I do not have a connecting room. Now, for some of you will want connecting rooms if you're together, part of a group or a family. I don't particularly want connecting rooms because sometimes with connecting rooms you can hear who's next door to you, you know, there's nothing, I mean, it's very difficult to prevent that. And I have a whole disconnected room all to myself. That makes me really happy. Okay? So presumably somewhere in this area there that I'm showing you, you would have a connecting door to the next door room, and luckily I don't. But as I say, not everybody wants disconnected room, and there's such few of them anyway, so I just wanted to show you that as well. So I'm feeling happier and happier about this room every minute. And I've just come from the Aria Buffet, so you have to check that one out. Okay, I will probably have another addendum about the Wi-Fi and how well or not well I have slept on this bed. And another thing I want to say in favor of this resort is that, the Bellagio resort, and this room, is that this tub is actually really ergonomic. It's a bathtub that somehow it's designed and shaped in a way that truly supports your body and you can relax for a very, very long time. It doesn't look like it, but it really is. Oh yes, and you have some charging, a small charging station by the desk. But I wanted to say that, having said that, when I commented on the safe, one thing I liked about entering this tower is that they thoroughly check your room key. Now, the value of that I don't know, because I suppose anybody can just keep a room key and then give it to somebody and then they come in and it's not safe anymore, but at least it's an attempt at security, okay? I just wanted to say that. Can you hear this, guys? Can you hear it? I've just actually moved here to the bathroom so you can hear it better, but I can hear it really well from the bedroom and the bed. It's on all the time in the evening. Can you hear it? Oh, finally, they turned it off. So you really hear basically people turning on and off their bathtubs, presumably, you know. So I'm sorry I showed you the bathroom. I didn't really want to. But now I'm going to show you the rest of the messy bedroom. So I better turn this off, okay? Hello. So I did promise you that I was going to update you on a couple of things at the end of the video of the Bellagio level entry room, the one that you're probably going to be assigned if you are redeeming my Vegas rewards. Well, the mattress is just a killer. It's just too hard, but not because it's orthopedically hard, because it's been used, I think. And there's a valley in the middle. It's just as bad as the mattress I had at Excalibur before they changed me to the remodeled tower. And in this case, it's the Royal Tower with all new brand mattresses, and it was actually divine. I wish I was back there. Well, no, in the room that they changed me to, not the first one. I cannot believe I'm at Bellagio, and I think I stayed at, you know, when you drive along the interstates and you just stop in some, you know, modest hotels. Well, I slept better there. All of them had better mattresses than this, and this is Bellagio. So that you know I'm not making this up, I've actually called housekeeping and I've asked them to bring me what they call a foamy, a mattress topper, you know, something to fix this. Although they will not be able to fix, obviously, the valley. This mattress has to go. So I forgot when I checked in to ask for, you know, a room where they would have new mattresses, because they know this information. I kind of assume that Bellagio would not, you know, that they would change mattresses before they become unsleepable. But I guess I was wrong. And the other disappointment with Bellagio is their internet. I've come from Excalibur, so it's not like I've come from Wynn. And Excalibur Wi-Fi was excellent. It was a different provider. It was like Mobilite, something like this. And this one is a different company. It's bad. I couldn't connect. I had to phone them, and they connected me manually to the Wi-Fi after 5-10 minutes of jiggling around with my computer. I followed their instructions over the phone. And the download speeds are okay. The upload speeds are just non-existent. So forget about even doing the basic of Skype calls, which I use all the time, whilst I could do them easily at Excalibur. So the Wi-Fi is not as good as you would expect from a high-end hotel, and the mattress is terrible. And I find it hard to believe that I would be given the worst room possibly that they have. I don't think so. I think you're going to have a lot of sections in Bellagio where they have old mattresses they just haven't remodeled, and so because of it, and this is speculation, they're going to give my Vegas oh, somebody's coming, just a second. So you see, I'm not making it up, right? This is it. This is what they brought me. This is Bellagio, guys. This is not a bad supposedly hotel, and I'm sorry for the mess. So they had a much better mattress topper at Excalibur, if you see my other video. First of all, it was a lot thicker, but it was much dirtier. You know, this one, I know this one, this is really cheap mattress topper, and it's very thin. I don't think it's going to do the job, and I don't think it's going to be thick enough for to do something about those valleys in there. But it's clean, as I said, and they also told me that they only have one size, which is probably smaller than this bed, which is a king size. So yeah, so Wi-Fi is just not good enough for Bellagio. It's good. Listen, if you want to navigate the internet and you manage to connect, you know, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be absolutely fine, you know. But this is Bellagio, and I expect top-notch everything, because, you know, we are paying a very high resort fee. What are we paying for? The Wi-Fi, as I say, the upload speed is it's just non-existent. The mattress is bad, although that shouldn't be the resort fee. And the gym is okay, but it's not, if you compare it to the Aria gym or the gym at Caesar's Palace, which are comparable hotels, it's actually quite pathetic. And I have a separate video showing you the gym as well. I think you should come to Bellagio because of the experience. Why not? It's a nice looking hotel. It's a nice looking resort. I think the amenities are not as good as Aria or Caesar's Palace, and I'm talking about comparable. I'm not even talking about Angkor, right? The amenities are not as good as they are at Aria or Caesar's Palace. They're not. And I haven't had a bad mattress at Caesar's Palace, and I stayed there many times. And neither have I had a bad mattress at Aria. And the gyms there are much better, and the internet there is better. Except for Caesar's Palace, I think. No, Caesar's Palace, they offer you a basic internet, and then if you really want high speed, you have to pay a little extra, which is annoying. But Aria didn't have that problem. And Excalibur, the best Wi-Fi I've had on this trip. What can I say, you know? It's unbelievable, but, you know, they have their faults in other ways. Well, and anyway, so that's it. I've blabbed too long, but I just wanted you to know, don't expect everything hunky-dory if you're using My Vegas and you're just checking into this resorts, you know. They give you the experience of the resort, but they don't give you the best room. Service was good though. They brought this really fast, unlike at Excalibur where I had to wait 3 or 4 hours. I can't even remember, it was that long. But this one came very fast, and then, you know, somebody's gonna come and make the bed. I'm tempted to do it myself, but so I'll let you know how it goes. And but be prepared, and if you have a bad back, you know, if you have back problems, you must ask for it at check-in. At check-in, you must ask for a room where they have just changed the mattress. You must. These are things that you don't think of, you take for granted, but unfortunately you cannot, not here in Vegas. So remember all the must-haves that you require for a comfortable stay. You must ask at check-in, okay? So this is it. This is the mattress topper that doesn't fit the king-size bed, just like exactly the experience I had at Excalibur. And don't let this fool you. It looks like it's a perfectly good mattress, but only this end here is okay. The rest, I think it hasn't been swapped. I mean, turned around. The rest just like goes down, and you just hit the hard area immediately. So it's very uncomfortable. It's just been used too much. It needs to be changed, or they need to buy a different type of mattress. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I just know what it feels like when you're on it. So it doesn't fit, and what happened in Excalibur, I had the exact same experience, except for they brought it a lot later. I eventually got the room changed, because you are entitled to not have your back broken. But this is my last day. Tomorrow I'm checking out, and I got lots to do, so I think I'm gonna skip it, which is a shame, because I wanted to show you maybe the room that they give me after this, but I just don't want to. I don't want to move rooms. But if you have time and the will to do it, I suggest that you do, because they have to know. They have to know that you know, it's just this bad. So I'm gonna make the bed. I've done it myself because I don't want to wait, you know, I've got things to do. I gotta go to buffets and so forth. But this is what you get, which isn't good enough really for Bellagio. You should have really good mattresses. This mattress has been used, basically, that's what it is, you know, and it may look okay, but it's not okay. There's no support whatsoever. Okay, and of course the foamy, and the nice man that came in and gave me this foamy, cheap foamy, told me that that's the one size that they offer, which you can imagine, if there's two of you, how uncomfortable it is. So, you know, all these little things, it's never really, well, sometimes it's perfect in paradise, but sometimes it's not. It really depends on your requirements, and, you know, maybe if you come here with My Vegas, you'll be happy enough. But if you pay for it, you might not want to have this experience. So, so at check-in, remember to ask for all the things that you absolutely cannot compromise on. So I came back, and I think that they actually changed the mattress. They told me they had, but I think they did. It was a little bit of a mess up, because I came back and it was a mess, and I'm not gonna dwell on what happened, but the result was good. I'll show you. There you go. It doesn't get any newer than this, does it? So I'm going to have a good night's sleep for a change. Well, that's customer service for you, you know. Bellagio is quite famous for good customer service, but I think all high-end resorts, at least, you know, if they have, very few of them are perfect, but at least they have decent customer service, okay? At least that. And that's the addendum. The Wi-Fi still could be better. The uploading speed could be better, but, you know, I just wanted you to know. And also I wanted to add that I showed you the new mattress, which was great, but I also kept the mattress topper. You know that thin mattress topper? I kept it. And actually those together allow me to have the really most restful sleep. It was fabulous. So a little tip, you know, if you like soft, supported but soft, then you might want to ask for a mattress topper or a foamy, depending on how they call it. And if you are in a higher end resort, actually it comes and it's clean. To be fair, although the linen was not the best linen I've had in Vegas resorts. One thing I have to say though, you know, I have to be fair, it's that this room was immaculately clean. This room at Bellagio was immaculately clean. And I think when you check in into higher end resorts, even if you don't get everything you expect and you should get, you have cleanliness at least. You don't have to worry about anything. This, look, you've got a Rio on the right, Gold Coast, little one, the very short little one, Gold Coast in the middle, and then Palms on the left. I have stayed a lot of times in those resorts. That's Aria. And that over there is the Orleans. So you do have, it's nice at night, you know. You don't have to necessarily always have a strip view, especially if you've seen it before. But if it's your first time, of course, you must have a strip view, for which they will charge you a little bit. Remember to write your must-have list so that when you check in, you ask for all those things, you know, just in case, especially if it's your first visit, you want everything to be perfect. Okay, guys, so I'm watching TV and I've gone through many channels, so you do have a good selection of channels actually, and it is HD, though I don't know, maybe it's the setting, you know, some channels, there's something that is not perfect, but I'm pretty happy, and the sound is actually really good, to the point that if you actually had the volume really high, I'm sure everybody else would hear you and it would sound like a cinema, which is not something you should do, especially late at night. So really, with the new mattress, the brand new mattress, and my exploring of the TV, I'm actually having a great time. It always happens, doesn't it? It's my, apparently on this visit, it's been my story. You know, checking in, everything's fine, and then some saga takes place, and then there is the adjustment, and then there is the improvement on the situation, and then there is my settling happily, and then I have to check out. If you don't spend that much time in the room, you probably won't notice half of the things that I noticed, though. But I do notice them because I'm reviewing them. So, you know, here I am. Okay, guys, so I think this is it. Bye-bye from Bellagio in Las Vegas. Straight up, if you have any questions, you can ask me through top-buffet.com. I have a comment section there, and I usually reply within 48 hours. You can, if you're watching this video through the video section on top-buffet.com, that's fine. You've got all the latest videos right here. If you are watching through YouTube, please beware that you can post your comments, and I thank you for all of your comments. I read them all. I post them all within, say, 48 hours, but I do not reply on YouTube. I'm very sorry, and this is because a while ago I just couldn't reply, and then a few days later I had over 300 comments to reply, and it became unmanageable for me. And then eventually, because I didn't reply, they froze, and I see them, but I can't even approve them. So I apologize for that, and to avoid that problem, I just decided not to reply on YouTube. But you can post, and you can reply within yourselves, okay, you know, each other.